And we back. How you guys doing, man? I'm gonna actually try to look at the camera now. So, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, we finna gonna be talking about the Celtics, right? But and the Heat, man. Why am I wearing this shit? So, we already know how things went. Celtics gave up. You could say that. Um, the Heat turned it up. You could say that. My biggest gripe with this game was the Celtics weren't playing to win. It's really odd. It's really odd to explain. It's like they were giving up a lot on the defensive side of the court, and offensively they were hesitant. I guess you could say that they were hesitant shooting the ball, driving. Every movement on the court from them in the second half was hesitant. The only, and I know this might sound biased as hell, but the only player that was actually trying out there arguably could be Marcus Smart and Brad Wanamaker. I mean, Brad Wanamaker, you know what I'm saying? But Marcus Smart definitely was trying out there. Seeing seeing the Boston Celtics get torched up in a simple pick and roll, it makes you question how the hell they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, And some teams have bad nights, but you can't have bad nights on both sides of the floor. Somehow it was still a close game near the end, but the lack of defense really, really showed. And I mean, if they're gonna be playing like this lackluster defense and just not even caring to get stops or not caring about rotations, not caring about switches, not caring about help defense, then I don't see this team. I see this team getting swept. No bet. I mean, they've been having struggles. Don't just because they won Game 7 don't mean that they were playing solid. They barely made it out of Game 7. It wasn't a demolish, and they lost what 3 games before that? 2, 3 games. I'm pretty sure. So this Celtics team isn't on the roll. And truth be told, right now I feel like, man, we forgot to put background music on this. Y'all still want background music on it? I'll probably edit it. Not sure. We'll see. But it's kind of like to the point where the Heat know what they're doing. The Heat are locked in. When they were down 10 or what 12, they were in the tens. There wasn't a doubt in my mind that I was like, oh, they're gonna come back. Like they've been doing. This Heat team is known to come back for it. And the Celtics are known to blow in leads. It's the second that you see the Celtics up 12-15, it's a wrap for the Celtics. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. You shouldn't have that. You shouldn't even be thinking that of a freaking team. But then again, they're the Celtics, right? And I'm not sure who this falls upon. Everyone had questionable shots down the second half, especially in the fourth. Speaking on the Celtics side. But the lack of, I guess, leadership, man, I feel like that's kind of what it fell down to. Because you have the Heat, right? You have Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, I'm not going to say had a great fourth quarter. This man was airballing like 8-footers, 7-footers. So I guess, and here's the thing about Jimmy. He realized that. He realized, I ain't doing shit. So he started getting his teammates involved. He started being the main ball handler for the fourth quarter. And that's when they tore it up. That's when, I believe it was the fourth or third. I'm not sure. But when Bam Adebayo scored like 10 straight simple dump passes in the paint off of pick and roll, they was stopping him. You know what I'm saying? Bam Adebayo was like, y'all gonna leave me open? I'll just dunk it up. This man, there was no effort. There was no effort on the switches. Everybody on the Boston Celtics were playing slow ass defense. Like they didn't want to rotate. They didn't want to move. They would literally just ball watch. Look at Bam Adebayo get in position in the paint and be like, oh, he got us beat. Every single possession, it felt like, they would, you had Goran, I believe, just toss it up there. Man didn't care. Man just tossed it up there. Bam Adebayo yammed it down. Time and time and again. I mean, you don't allow that if you want to freaking make it to the finals. I'm not saying this was a must win. This playoff has been insane. So team could be up 3-0. I still believe the the team down has a great chance of coming up. Believe it or not, man, that's just how crazy 2020 has been and how crazy this playoff run has been for the bubble. But this was a must win. This was a must win. You can't go down 2-1 against the freaking Heat that have been killing it, man. And I mean killing it in the freaking bubble. So seeing the Boston Celtics give up again. I mean, they gave up in game one. I don't want to hear that they didn't, man. They gave up in game one. That's why they went on that run. The Heat came back and they won the game. They snuck out a game because the Celtics were just playing like they didn't care. Weren't playing for each other. I feel like that's the moral of the so far in these past two games that we've seen, that the Celtics are not playing for each other, while as the Heat are playing for one another. You know, they're not out there playing individually. They're playing as a team, and I feel like that's, if you really pay attention to the games, these past two games, and maybe even into the third game, that's the difference. That's why the Heat are winning, not because arguably you could say the Celtics have better players. You know, on paper, who's gonna stop Kemba? Who's gonna stop JT? Who's gonna stop Jalen? Ain't nobody been answering Smart. You know, for the bench, who has the most depth? You know what I'm saying? But on the court, if you're playing for the Heat, and this is why I truly feel like they might win it all. If you're playing for the Heat, if you're in a Heat uniform and you're on the floor, you're being productive. You know your role, and you're doing your role to your best potential, and you're not a detriment to the team. You can't say that for the Celtics. We throw in Tice, starting center, man just fouls for shit. Man, please. Always seems out of position. And when you're playing against Bam Adebayo, that's so versatile, can move with the freaking whole floor like a guard. Yeah, Tice gonna get in foul trouble like we saw in this past game. Yeah, Kemba, right? Who's gonna stop Kemba? Kemba is just, it seems like, off, man. Like, he ain't Kemba that we used to see. You know, he's taking jumpers that he creates space for, but they just not falling. You had Jaylen Brown playing like he drives, right? And this is what really irks me about Jaylen Brown, is that he drives and he does finish occasionally, but he's never driving to make a play. He's driving to score. He's driving to, you know, which you can't be mad at. I feel like sometimes it's hard to get in between, you know, having, you know, the good, sorry, freaking my Ganea pigs are like snoring or something. But it's like, what are you gonna do when the guys that are supposed to lead you to victory aren't stepping up? And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a personal thing. It's just making each other better. And that's what we're not seeing with the Celtics. And that's what's so frustrating, I feel like, for the Beantown boys, you know? I don't know, but I mean, if this keeps up, man, Game 3 is a must win for the Heat, obviously. No one has came back 3-0. And if the Heat go up 3, I might have them taking it off. I mean, I know people are saying, oh, they still got to beat LeBron. They still got to beat AD. I truly believe the Heat could break down the Lakers. The Lakers aren't that strong of a mold. That, you know, they've been iffy. They have the same issue that the Clippers had, you know, team chemistry. You know, it's a brand new team. Say what you want, but you know, players have been in and out of rotations. Dwight, I mean, well, okay, I'm not even gonna talk about the freaking Lakers yet. They're not even in the play. They're not even in the finals yet. We don't even know what the Nuggets gonna just give it to them. I feel like the Nuggets have a great chance. No cap. They've been fighting hard for these past 4 games. I'll give it to them, bro. Or what? 3 games? 3 games, yeah. They've been fighting hard these past 3 games. I'll give it to the Nuggets, but let's stay on topic with the Heat, man. I'm rambling, but hey, that's what this series is about, right? All in all, man, if they're not gonna stop the PNR with freaking Bam Adebayo, then it's a wrap. The Boston Celtics should just go ahead and pack their bags. JT, go spend some time with your son, man, because you ain't doing Nathan to overcome the hunch that the Celtics are going through these past 2 games. And, you know, are we overreacting? We might, you know. Celtics could come back, string a couple of 2 more games, and it's a tie series. That could happen. Or the Heat could take 1 more game, and it's a wrap. Insane how that works, but it might just end up going into that. I think we're about done here, man. I just wanted to muster up a video. I've been trying to do this at least once a day, but it seems like whenever I forget or whenever it's too late, I kind of don't want to upload it anymore. But they should be going up ASAP in the morning. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. Um, I don't know what I'm really doing with this channel, but I'm just gonna be talking my shit for a bit. We'll see what we can do with it come playoff time. I mean, come finals, and then I'm getting sleepy, man. Y'all could see in my eyes, man. I'm tired, man. Hope you guys have a great day, man. See y'all tomorrow, man.